15 Steps to Master Self-Discipline. Welcome to our channel, Self-Invested Millionaire. The topic that will be discussed today is 15 Steps to Master Self-Discipline. But before we start, subscribe to our channel and don't miss any updates. Self-discipline is a difficult skill for many to master, as it is an important skill that leads to a happier and more productive life. Self-discipline requires the ability to make difficult decisions, be independent of emotions, and in front of, and in some cases behind. If self-discipline was easy, people may have no problem with it. But when tempted between two options or consequences, good versus bad, our minds intervene and upset us from making good choices. The problem with self-discipline is that, at its core, it is necessary to make decisions according to the ultimate long-term goal, shaping, rather than immediately choosing a satisfying reward. And while making some life choices isn't too difficult, most of them still require a bit of self-discipline. If you are suffering from self-discipline, here are 15 powerful insights that will help you master it every day. This is very obvious, but in that regard, self-discipline is the ability to have the inner strength to control yourself in any situation. But it also means having the ability to work hard or act in a particular way without being told by anyone else to do so. Number 1, monitor yourself and witness how you're doing, what you're doing. Self-monitoring is another great way to build a healthy, strong, self-disciplined presence. When we do this, it allows us to become self-experts in our own behavior and can reduce the hassle of changing our unhealthy habits. In addition, researchers always look back on your daily habits, and if you remember the motivation to recharge your willpower, your self-discipline for when you feel they are low suggests that you will get better results. To do this, make a self-monitoring plan and receive as much feedback as possible. Keep a calendar and make sure you write down everything you do, good, bad, and ugly. When you find something you want to change, you'll see the patterns you didn't like and you're ready to change. Being aware of them also helps prevent you from unintentionally living your life without clues about what to change. Number 2, always reward your good behavior. Take notes to master your self-discipline like a boss. Whether your lack of self-discipline is bad for you, our minds always keep a record of what we find most delightful, whether it's good or bad. It could be good like social media, peer pressure, smoking, drinking, your ego, or family and friends. When it comes to mastering self-discipline, the subconscious mind wants a dopamine rush and indirectly signals our body to perform those tasks repeatedly, whether they're good or bad. This is why self-discipline needs to take notes on the pros and cons, as mentioned earlier, and go one step further and reward oneself for good and healthy behavior. That's why it plays another major role. We usually want to train ourselves to avoid certain bad habits anyway, so the only way to avoid this is to start releasing dopamine more often from our healthier habits. So tap your back to make a bed or enjoy the latte after exercising. When you do this, self-discipline begins to increase as you retain your mind to enjoy correctness. Also, over time, you will enjoy good behavior over bad behavior. Number 3, work on a passionate project. It will shine your self-discipline. Work on a passionate project to maintain your self-discipline. The reason passion is so commendable is that it helps to stimulate behavior, and it is the activity that produces the best results in life. So when it comes to mastering self-discipline, know that your own unique passionate project is great because they usually bring out the sense of fun and creativity that all of us humans need. Passion for something not only stimulates you to be more self-disciplined, but you also enjoy what you're doing, so you can easily do it. In addition, research shows that you shouldn't do anything you don't like in more than 20% of your time. It's a drug that's difficult to swallow, but mostly highly self-disciplined people usually have goals like they do, making discipline a little easier to use. Number 4, be patient. When building self-discipline muscles, keep in mind that without eliminating self-discipline, everything you do will be difficult and practically time-consuming. Frankly, you can't go straight up, especially if you've been self-disciplined for months and what you see looks like a small change. Everything great is made up of small moving parts. It's like a great machine consisting of hard work and patience, and if you steadily approach your goals and combine them with yourself with a little elegance, you can go far away. Number 5, avoid comparison traps. No one is perfect, so maintain self-discipline every day. Does your inner dialogue or inner story compare all your movements to others? If so, it's time to change the frequency with which your life is compared to the way others live. If you want to learn your own self-discipline, seeing others have it all can discourage them from staying on their own unique path. It can also make you feel negative about yourself, especially when you think you should be farther away than yourself. So what is useful for self-discipline after stopping the comparison? Another great way to strengthen your self-discipline is your way of thinking. Studies show that low self-discipline, whether positive or negative, usually involves negative self-dialogue or negative self-talk. So be very aware of your own inner self-dialogue and follow up on those ideas with a more positive inner self-discussion. Remember that everything, including disciplinary action, takes time. The greatest struggle always comes from the inside. Number 6, adopt the idea of doing it now. Words say that the do-it-later spirit is the fastest way to overwhelm and drop self-discipline on the roadside. What you are constantly deferring builds up, and you have a huge pile of tasks to do, leaving you stressed and confusing your workflow. Number 7, get rid of the temptation and get ready for success. Let's use a simple example again. Let's say you're on a sugar-free diet. Well, that pantry full of cereals and cookies won't help you avoid sweets. Donate to your local food bank instead. Behind the scenes, it's a very effective principle outside the mind. It's relatively easy to get started, and it's usually a difficult part to follow through, says Kennedy. There, my tough boss will endure. Relying on pure willpower is rarely successful. We need to create an environment that supports high self-discipline. Number 8, turn to long games. Always keep in mind the long-term benefits while considering all the difficult things. People are always looking for the fastest and easiest way to get what they want with little concern for the long-term effects of their actions. No excuses, says Brian Tracy, author of The Power of Self-Discipline. See how great you ultimately feel to enjoy the rewards of your labor when you visualize the time you might release or the client who wins because you have more discipline, probably. Number 9, bounce off the slip-up and use it as a lesson. If you don't make mistakes, you're not human, and experience shows that life doesn't always go as planned. The important thing is not to overload yourself to slip. Instead, use these hiccups as a learning tool. Forgive me, but don't forget and move on. Number 10, learn to handle discomfort. No one said that self-discipline was easy. Throughout the process, you can experience many unpleasant feelings. Experience unpleasant emotions such as boredom, frustration, sadness, and loneliness, and practice increasing tolerance to the negative emotions you may experience as you increase your self-discipline. Number 11, set realistic and achievable goals. People make the biggest mistakes by setting goals that are almost impossible to achieve just to develop self-discipline. To improve self-discipline, you need to learn to set realistic goals and set milestones for long-term goals. It helps you easily monitor your progress and boosts you for further goals. Number 12, reassess your goals. If you're stuck in the same situation, your goal is probably not enough to motivate or inspire you. Maybe you need to change your goal or change your goal completely. Reassess each goal and choose the one that suits you best. Number 13, visualize your ideal future. You must always focus on your vision of your future. Keep the vision you have clear in your brain. This proves to be the best motivation and will gradually improve your self-discipline. Number 14, start sports. Sport is a great way to guide discipline. Sport is a package-wide activity that trains you to set goals, guide your mental and emotional strength, become physically healthy, and deal well with others. When you participate in a sporting activity, it gives you a situation where you learn to function well and strive to do your best. This then teaches you to incorporate a constant thought process into your daily life. Number 15, talk to yourself. It can be self-destructive when you communicate only to criticize yourself, but when you use a technique to boost your energy and motivate and encourage you to continue something, you will find many benefits of this technique. Only you know which language or language is the best motivation for you. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section.